Good morning, friends. Uh, I'm Justin, and this is 12 Days of Yule, the new sun. I am solo celebrating winter. Yay! Yay! Today is December 24th, and it is day 4 of 12, and today's theme is the cycles of the sun. So that'll be fun to explore. I have an activity planned for later, maybe a more abstract way to go about exploring the cycles of the sun, but it should be fun. And with that being said, the chord for today is a C major chord. I think the C chord is, it's the home chord. It's usually what everything kind of resolves to. Let's hear it. Throw the 9 in just for fun. So I'm gonna preface this by saying that I am not a psychic or a medium or anything like that. I guess I consider myself spiritual, but probably not in the traditional sense. This is just kind of a fun way to get my mind working. I just think about it as a brain exercise. So, that being said, I got my coffee. And today we're drawing from the numbers deck. Last time we pulled one card. This time we're gonna pull two cards and make a double digit number. We're gonna discuss those two numbers and how they relate, and then break it down into their single digit number, and that'll be the number for the day, taking into consideration the first two numbers. You'll see. Here we go. Let's draw some cards. Okay, so first card is 8. So 80 something. We're gonna put that one back in because, what if we draw an 8 again? That's 88, But it could be 80 anything. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Here we go. 3. 83. Alright. Oakley dokley. Oakley dokley, friends. Okay, so the 8 represents balance, and the 3 represents creativity. And the number 83 is like creative balance, right? But like with an emphasis on balance, because that's the first card we drew. Now let's break it down. The 83. So what we do is we take the 8 and we add 3, and that equals 11. In numerology, 11 I think is a master number, which has its own special trait. I'm not going to really get into that, but I will say that 11 is my personal favorite number. I just like it, always have, and have been drawn to it. So that's cool. And even to make another correlation here, so I've been writing a song for every day, and I start with a poem. I write a poem in the morning, and then write the song throughout the day, and record it. But anyways, so this morning I wrote a poem. So in my poem, I randomly chose to make each line 11 syllables. Because 11 is my favorite number, and I was feeling that. And I had no idea that I was going to pull an 8 and a 3. But anyways, okay. So 11 being a master number aside, we still break that down because that's still a double digit number. 2, we'll just add 1 and 1, right? So 8 and 3 equals 11. 1 plus 1 equals 2. And that's our number for today. We have arrived on the 2. And the 2 represents the all-knowing. So, I guess like just knowledge in general. So, let's tie all that in to the theme for today, which is the cycle of the sun. So, I think I'm just going to try to make all that circular. And I think to do that, if you start with balance, that was the first card we drew, right? And then you add creativity. Balance plus creativity equals knowledge. Let's say, for example. And then with knowledge, you can be more balanced, and in turn be more creative, and then in turn gather even more knowledge, so on and so forth, till the end of time. Circular. That's what we're going with. Alright, it's going to be a very cyclical day, I think. Let's go. Alright, today's activity is to take a walk, and while I take a walk, shake a rattle. The idea is that the repetition of walking and the rattle will help me meditate on the cycle of the sun. So what I did for the rattle is I got these gushers, and I put them in my Talenti jar, and that's my rattle. That's what I'm going with. And also, my friend Amanda got me this gong, so I'm probably gonna do some gonging on the way too. Alright, it rained like super hard all last night and into this morning, but it's cleared up a bit. It's still cloudy, so hopefully the rain holds off on my walk. Alright, let's go. Alright, today we have Cheetos mac and cheese. I got the box of bones kind, because, you know, the rattle theme. And then also, I got chocolate chai, and then some red pepper and couscous and some Italian seasoning. And that's my cycle of the sun meal. Woo-hoo! It's gonna be so delicious! I can't wait to eat it. I keep looking at it, but I gotta cook it first. I do not fear much, but what I do is surely stagnation. I prefer the much more productive and fulfilling progression. Ending in the same place that I started is just fine. Sending wind through passages of space and time. Cycles, effectively, can be reflectively void of aggression. Good night. Good morning, friends. It is, today. I bet you could have guessed that it was a day today. Alright, today is December 25th, and it is day 5 of Yule. Theme for the day is the light of the sun. Simple enough. Well, the chord of the day is the E minor. The E minor is the first chord that I ever learned on the guitar. It's probably the easiest chord to learn or play. Also, to make it an E major chord, you just add one finger, so yeah, no. Anyways, E minor. E minor is a dark chord, and even though the tree drops, and even though today's theme is the light of the sun, sometimes you could use the dark to highlight the light. No. Use the dark to contrast the light. Right? Okay, E minor. Let's hear the chord. Time for coffee and divination. I got my coffee. Yeah. And today we are drawing 2 cards from the rune deck. We're going to draw 2 cards and then we're going to make correlations between the two to get, I don't know, some insight for today. Also, I am 100% not going to be pronouncing these correctly. And then let's draw 2 cards, 2 cards. There's a 1, and there's gonna be another one coming up. That one, we got 2 cards here. Okay. Ingoos is the seed, like planting a seed, and then you nourish the seed, and then it grows, right? And Gibo is the gift. It's like connection and bond through gift giving, which is like interesting because today is Christmas Day. Christmas means a lot of different things to different people, but I think for most people it represents just the spirit of giving, and gifts are a big part of that. How the two relate is when you plant a seed and nourish it and allow it to grow, it will eventually bear fruit. And that fruit is a gift. And that relates to the light of the sun. Because obviously, when you plant the seed, it will need the light of the sun to grow and then bear fruit to you to enjoy in the light of the sun. It's all interconnected. We are celebrating the light of the sun, even though it is midday and there's not so much light because it's just been pouring ash rain all day, and so the sun is behind all of these clouds. But we're still celebrating the light of the sun because there is light. And for the feast today, I wanted to keep it super light, so we're just gonna have granola and oatmeal and milk. That's light as fuck. Lighter than it is outside. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you. It's not your fault that it's just been pouring rain all day. Anyways, I think like I started off the morning by saying that you need the dark to really appreciate the light. So, yeah, good vibes. About to eat some granola and oatmeal. I'm stoked on it. And then I've got an activity planned for. I have an activity planned for later tonight after sunset. So that hopefully it'll be fun. The activity today was to decorate my tent with a sun, and I did that to celebrate the light of the sun. And I'm not much of a crafter, but for what I got, good enough for me. Sometimes when it's dark, I get discouraged, but I know the light will return. Just like starting a fire, while wet, the wood will eventually burn. The fade in and out will come earlier with each passing day. A blade in, intertwined sunbeams with the stars come out to play. My work is justifiable as the light is reliable when time takes its turn. Good night. Today is December 26th, and you know what that means. It's Boxing Day. I'm still not really quite sure what Boxing Day is, but I used to think it was, it's definitely not that. Anyways, it's day 6 of Yule, and today's theme is the shape of the sun. Round, circular, spherical, oblong, whatever. And the chord of the day is the F major chord, and it's a warm, friendly chord, and I'm hoping that it'll inspire the clouds to lighten up to let the shape of the sun through. Let's hear the chord. For coffee and divination. I've got my coffee. Still a little hot. And today we are drawing 2 cards from the tarot deck. My very special tarot deck. So, yeah. We're going to draw 2 cards, and then we'll just see we'll correlate them somehow. We'll see how it goes. Alright, 2 cards. First card. I think that's the Page of Pentacles. And the Queen of Cups. Okay, so the Page of Pentacles represents desire and ambition. And I have this great ambitious desire to do these long, big pieces of art, media, content. What the Queen of Cups represents calmness and comfort. I think that my ambitions are good, and I am going to diligently continue them the best I can. I think it's just important to keep in mind also to relax. Do it while it's comfortable until it becomes uncomfortable, and then reassess the situation. How to relate those two? Can we even relate those two to the shape of the sun? No. Okay. This is a stretch, but to see the actual shape of the sun with the human eye, you would have to look at it. That is ambitious. The sun can make you go blind, really. But if you chill out and put some shades on, you can see the shape of the sun. Whoa, okay, well, the sun came out for a minute. Hopefully it was long enough to dry out a bit. It looks like it's clouding back over again. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Anyways, the activity for today is to make a wreath representing the shape of the sun, which I did actually get to see today. And there is no lack of materials, so that should be fun. For today's feast, we're having ham, Swiss, and avocado wraps to celebrate the shape of the sun. The shape of the sun obviously is not too short of spherical. My mind expands with thoughts of all things circular. Intense iron shades dance down to touch my face. Intense, I wake up and smile with the sunshine's grace. The moss seems pillowy, and the trees seem especially willowy, spectacular. Good night. I love you.